Right then, welcome back to another episode on our M4D project. If you're not familiar with this project, we basically bought a 435D M4 replica. The ultimate power goal for this build is going to be 600 horsepower, which is definitely further than we've took these engines before. At the minute, the maximum we've got from these 35D engines is 475 horsepower. This one, however, has got to be more than 600 horsepower, or that is the end goal anyway. So what we've decided is, rather than stripping the car's engine and taking it off the road for quite a while, we've bought a second engine. We're going to completely strip this today, and then we're going to be sending parts off. The block is going to get machined for oversized pistons, which we'll have a look at those in a second. The head is going to get ported, and we're basically going to build this very engine in front of me to be the one that gets fitted into the car, and fingers crossed, over 600 horsepower. So it's actually been around 9 months since we recorded the intro to this video, where we said we weren't going to be doing the full build on the engine that's in the car. We actually purchased a completely separate engine to do the big build on, with the ultimate power goal of over 600 horsepower. So while we've been developing the engine in the car, which is now at 485 horsepower diesel only, and the last time we dynoed it, it did 520 horsepower. That said, we did think at the time that the nitrous kit wasn't working properly or at 100% what it should be. We did try running it again on the dyno. It blew the inlet manifold off. So basically running it up, we had a boost controller, we were trying to dial it in for the nitrous control. Run it up on the dyno, we ran it up under too much load, not enough RPM, which put in, obviously give it the boost, put in loads of nitrous, and basically the engine didn't know what to do with the nitrous, chucked it back out the inlet manifold and blew the inlet manifold to bits. That was only a few days before the officially gassed shootout, so we're in a bit of a time crunch to get that back ready, which we did make it, and I'm pretty sure by the time this video goes out, the officially gassed video will already be out, and maybe our behind the scenes video of that as well. So once we've got it all built back up and ran it at the officially gassed event, we reckon, according to Dan's bum dyno, we were probably around the figure at 550, maybe 570 horsepower, somewhere around that region. So not a million mile away from our 600 horsepower goal, but we were limited by the flow of the head, which is why we're kind of getting onto this now. So while the development on the engine in the car has been happening, stuff regarding all these parts has also been happening behind the scenes too. So we've been waiting on machine shops, we've been waiting on parts, we've been doing further research and development into what needs to be done and what improvements can be made. So I've got all these laid out now. Before we build it, let's have a closer look at the parts and what we've had done recently. So I'll start off with the block. Now, this is pretty much a standard N57 block. The only thing we've had done to this is had the bores machine 0.5mm oversized to fit the 0.5mm oversized pistons, and had it decked. Obviously make sure it's smooth for when we put the head on there. Talking about the head, we have hand ported this. So this is the first prototype development, whatever you want to call it. We are planning on getting these CNC machined at some point in the future, but for the time being, like I said, we've just had to hand port this. We've not gone absolutely crazy on it. We have done quite a bit of development. Here we have got this. So in order to figure out how much material we can take off in where we can take off that material, we bought quite a few scrap. You'll see all the parts under here, N57 engines, cams, heads. Yeah, we bought quite a few, basically cut it up and figured out where we could take the material out and how much we could actually take out. So the head's ported now. We have got bigger inlet valves on there, stock exhaust valves, and we've also got upgraded valve springs all fitted. So that's pretty much ready to go. The crank is a stock BMW crank, genuine crank, should I mention. It's not reground, we've just gone for a good conditioned, genuine crank. Head studs, we have got our own custom head studs. These are pretty much the same spec as the custom age 625 plus ARP ones. We've got very similar, or we had very similar ones fitted to Dan's Scirocco that was also running nitrous. We've had, well, and they've been fitted to quite a few customers' cars now, but we've had no problems with those since having those made and fitting them. The stock rods, so we're just going to utilise the stock rods. One missing, Dan's just come and pinched it. Onto the pistons, we're going to be trying something new on these. As you can see, we've had them dimpled on the top and coated. The theory is the dimple increases the surface area, which then should increase cooling. Same with the coating, that's what that's for. It's to help with the cooling of the pistons. Mixed reviews about this online, whether it works, whether it doesn't work. If you've got an opinion on it, drop in the comments below. Let us know what you think about dimpled pistons. But as I said, we're going to be trialling them in this car and see if they make any difference. So we've got those to go in. While the engine's in bits, we've got a modified oil pump. So this is to increase the oil pressure at idle on low RPM. So that seems to be a big thing on the N57 engines. A lot of people say that it's the oil pressure and bad servicing that causes the crank bearings to fail. So we're going to put that in there anyway as a precaution. We've got new bottom end bearings and a turbo that you don't have to worry about for now. And almost forgot, camshafts. So we've got race camshafts. The profile on these is more aggressive than the ones that are already listed on the website. These are going to be a test set. Obviously, once it's all built up, we'll see what results we get from these. But we are pretty confident that they're going to make a decent difference. So I'm going to put them back down there and cover them up so they don't get damaged. So that's pretty much it. Dan's going to make a start on rebuilding all this afternoon. We'll get that all on time lapse for you, and then we will check back in once it's all built. So as you can see, the engine is now built, but if you have got a keen eye on you, you might notice a few differences versus the last part of the time lapse. One being the inlet manifold. So we've swapped out the plastic inlet manifold that normally comes on the 35D engines, and we've actually fitted an aluminium inlet manifold from the 50D models. Now, one of the reasons is so we don't blow the inlet manifold to bits again. The other reason is because it actually relocates the outlet to the back of the engine rather than the front, and that allows us to free up quite a bit of space here if we do decide to go down the dual fuel pump route, dual CP3s. So that's the other reason. We will have to make some custom pipe work from the back to the intercooler pipe, but we can sort that once it's all in the car. We have also got our 3.5-inch intake system on there. This is probably one of our best-selling BMW products listed on the website. Originally, we listed the filter and this first section of pipe. That went to the original kind of down section to the turbo. We now offer 3.5-inch all the way through. So we've got another aluminium pipe, and then that goes to our 3D printed aluminium intake. Really nice bit of kit that, using the new technologies of aluminium printing. We've got a spacer on there for the coolant flange. That's just so you can put the pipe back on with the aluminium intake on there. As you can see, the injectors have not been fitted yet. That is because we've got some custom 100% injectors coming. We can fit those in the car, so it's not a massive problem. But talking about cars, this engine was always destined for the purple M4D project. Well, it's not anymore. We've actually changed his mind, and this engine is now destined for something else. But if you do want to find out what we're going to put this engine in, make sure you subscribe, click the like button, and we'll see you in the next one.